but Billy said something here, and I can't believe he didn't say it earlier, because he said, I can relate to Daniel Jones. What happened to him last night happened to me. And I don't know what the rest of that story is, but I have to hear it. If you do not know what happened to Daniel Jones, he had the longest non-scoring run by a quarterback in the history of the sport, 80 yards, because he tripped 5 yards behind everyone else. He was faster. It was a great, impressive moment, and then everyone was laughing at him.
He was 7 yards ahead of the closest defender, started the trip on the 25, landed on the 10, rolled to the 6.
No one near him. It should have been a beautiful 90-something yard touchdown run, and it wasn't, because he just tripped. And, Billy, when did that happen to you? What happened to you?
Well, it wasn't the exact same thing. And I saw, on the Twitter, everybody was putting out the things and laughing, running into 2020, liking the dots and like GIFs and memes and all of that stuff, right? With what's going on with Daniel Jones. And I couldn't help but feel bad for him, because it happened to me, not in the exact same situation. I've never been an NFL player, but it happened to me in a situation on this very show. And I'll explain to you how it happened. What was going through Daniel Jones's mind there is he realized, I'm running out of gas. I see the finish line, and I don't know that I'm going to get there. And he started running harder than his legs could take him. So the top half of his body was moving faster than the bottom half of his body, and he just collapsed. And that very same thing happened to me a few years ago when I was racing the Freeze. I saw the finish line ahead of me. I could not possibly believe that I was still ahead of the Freeze. And I was like, I just need to get there, but I have absolutely nothing left in the tank. So I was just trying to will my body past that finish line. And to this day, I still have a scar on my hand to remind me of the time that I beat the Freeze and completely fell on my face and embarrassed myself. Got what I believe is still a piece of the warning track turf underneath my hand.
That will stay with you forever, Bill.
Yeah. Oh no, it will. It's a scar. This will never leave my hand. There it is. You can see it right there.
He came so close to chasing you down. But he was running out of gas too.
It was. I still don't know how that happened, but that exact same thing happened to me, where I was like, "This isn't gonna end. Let me just get there." And just my body gave up on me. I banged my shoulder. I was black and blue on my side, but hey.
That looks like an actual nightmare that someone would have.
But you know what else looks like a nightmare? Because they were just showing the Daniel Jones play, and what was funny is the physical appearances of the giant men on his own team laughing at him, because they're just enormous human beings, and they're roaring with like a throaty gladiator Viking roar at the fact that their quarterback just stumbled toward the finish line. Billy, if that race had been 5 more yards,
he had you, Bill.
You would have lost, and you would have fallen at the end the same way, like 3 feet short of the finish line.
But Billy has great form as a runner. He has tremendous form as a runner.
If that thing would have gone to the end of like the foul line instead of like, middle of the, left field or right field, I would have been the Braves bro that you see there with the socks halfway up and the shorts. It's pumping up the crowd, and then the Freeze passes him and he totally eats it and loses by 10 yards. It would have been me.
5 yards and you would have lost. What was the distance of that race? It was just the warning. It was almost from foul pole to foul pole.
It was very long, and thank God I won, because on top of the fall, it would have been the fall, losing on my face in the dirt with that skin-tight bodysuit that I decided was a good idea to wear to race the Freeze.